might have just been grooving just a little bit in the background. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this lazy Saturday night chat. I'm Glenda, and I am so grateful to each and every single one of you guys for joining me today. Hair is kind of a mess today. I had the wind-blown look going on here. Um, I am a part of the Survival Seeds 2025 collab hosted by the Vineyard Chicks, Lazy Days Ahead, Bushcraft family. And I finally got all of my seeds out except for the tomatoes, which I need to figure out where I'm going to put those tomatoes at. So, yay, all of the seeds are in the ground. I'm so excited, except for the tomatoes. And that's why I'm rocking the wind look. You know, it's just kind of the gardening look. Don't care. Maybe I should just be wearing my hat tonight, just so that we all don't see my my hair, but that's okay. All good. I've been gardening when. And I also went out and I hung out with my girls. I did a pop-up live from the run in case y'all missed it. I was out with the girls and the hens, I should say, for those who don't know who I'm talking about. And I answered some wonderful questions that the audience asked me about owning chickens, which I think was really, really cool. So if you want to go back and go see it, you can. I went live from the new chicken run. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that chicken run is fully built. And the roof is high enough where I don't hit my head anymore. We do have some more work that needs to be done, but quite honestly, it can wait and it has to wait. We use pressure treated wood. And so now that needs to sit for a few seasons, at least up to a year. And then we will be staining it at that point because it's still wet from being pressure treated. So it's not all the way done, but it's enough to where I don't have to worry about predators breaking into the chicken run. And they have enough shade. And this girl will not suffer a concussion from hitting her head in the little chicken run. It is perfect. And the bonus to this, if you are not aware, my area was hit really hard with some storms last night, and it withstood up to 80 miles an hour winds. So it made it. So we're good. It's nice and solid. So that's a blessing, and I know that the girls enjoy it. We now have both of their waters hanging up, and they like that. And then I bought a bird feeder, and I put all of their oyster shells in that bird feeder, and so that's something fun. And then Sir Grace, my husband, made a really cool perch for them out of some leftover lumber, 2x4s, and tree branches from a tree that is slowly being torn down. He just upcycled that whole thing, and the girls love their little step-up perch. It kind of looks like a ladder, as one of my other guests who was in the other live said, "What's that ladder in the background?" Well, it does kind of look like one, but it isn't. It's just a perch for the girls. So they love it. But anyhow, enough said. I'm going to see who's in the house. And first in was the best moderator out there. He is the mod father. It is Mr. Jesse himself. He says, "Hello, everybody. Hey, say hello to everybody at the meetup." They are currently at the Mid-America meetup. If you're also there, let me know in the chat. But say hi to everybody for me, Jesse. And I'm so glad you are here. And I hope you're having a wonderful time hanging out with everybody. I've been watching the lives. I haven't been commenting, but I've been kind of just like lurking a little bit. And I noticed that Wendy is live from Hardneck Farms. So go over and give her a hug for me and say hello for me. But it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And y'all, after I'm done, for those who don't know, Lazy Days Ahead's channel, be sure you go check it out because they're going to be going live at 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. Or actually, sorry, it's 6 o'clock. Eastern Standard Time. Those start about 15 minutes early. You can dance and listen to the music and all the good stuff, but you definitely want to go over and check them out after I'm finished with this live. So next in was the beautiful Teresa Jukowitz. Hey girl, I hope everything is fine where you're at. I know the storms went through your area. You and Carlene were on my heart last night. I was praying for you guys. I hope you all are safe and doing okay. Those storms were no joke last night. And anybody else who went through that, I hope you guys are okay. I know that the hard part went through at least both of our areas last night. So hope everybody's okay. We are. Everything's fine where we're at. And then next in was Off Grid World. Hi, everybody. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you are doing good and having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. And then the next was the wonderful Mr. Joey from Joe Fix It For You. Hey, Joey. I didn't get the live up in time. I thought I had it scheduled and I didn't. And usually you're my first one in. So I'm sorry you were not first in. That would be my fault this time, but I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining in. And then, let's see here. I guess I missed something. Sorry, Glenda, mom's calling me. Oh, girl, mama comes first. Go take care of that phone call. No problem. No problem. And then, my beautiful, beautiful and wonderful co-host for Talk About It Tuesday. It's the lovely and wonderful Karma from Lewis Acre Farm. Hey, girl, I'm sending you tons of hugs. And I am so glad you are back. And I had such a fun time on Tuesday chatting with her. You guys, if you haven't seen the latest Talk About It Tuesday, you should go back and check out the video. Oh, girl, you know how much I love you. I'm so glad you were back on Tuesday. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to this next Tuesday too. So you guys, the Talk About It Tuesdays are always at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 Mountain Time on Tuesday afternoons. Tacos are not required, but they are encouraged, as I like to say. And it's just a fun hangout time and chat about anything that's on our hearts. And come on over and hang out with us. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. Then next in, we had our favorite trucker and quilter. It's Randy from Missouri Outlaw. Hey, Randy, I hope you're doing good. I saw that you've got the stuff in for the quilts, and I'm wondering how far along are you doing it? And I still owe you a quilt block. I'm not going to lie. It's been done for some time. I got to get that thing in the mail. Not going to lie. But hopefully everything's going good. And then next in was Cynthia all the way over from the Netherlands, and she's giving out lots of love to each and every single one of you. I hope you are doing good. What time is it over there, girl? Is it about 10 or 11 o'clock? I'm always nosy what time it is where people are at. I hope you're having gorgeous weather and enjoying this beautiful June day that we've all had. So hopefully things are going good. And I just see everybody is talking with one another, and I'm so glad. I hope that everybody was safe last night. The storms were really bad. We are in the Louisville, Kentucky area, and it was pretty scary. My son and I, we were supposed to go out and do an event, which was my birthday gift. We had, unfortunately, it's not, my birthday's in April, but this event was scheduled way back then. And so we both reached out to each other and talked, and we were watching the weather, debating whether or not we were going to go ahead and, May. I'm sorry. You're right. It's June. It's June in my brain. I saw that. It's okay. Anyhow, so we decided to cancel the event, and I'm super glad that we did. The winds got up to 80 miles an hour on the Ohio River area, and we would have been caught in that weather. But I did join Scott last night up until it got a little bit kind of hairy. And then I'm like, I think I better get off because we're paying attention to this weather. We were debating whether or not we were going to go seek shelter. And thankfully we didn't have to. We had really horrible winds and lots of rain. And I was talking to my mother, which she's not in the chat. I'm surprised, mom from the official Anlin show, but she was telling me that there are 2 trees that she was watching last night, and they were literally just tilting over, kind of concerning that they would have split in 2. Thankfully, all of our trees are fine. The new chicken run withstood the wind. So that's a good thing. That's a bonus, right? So yeah, everything seemed to be okay, but there were a few people that we were just, Sir Grace and I, we were praying for that we knew were in the path of this. And I'm still looking for somebody else that I'm not going to say her name, but there is somebody else that I'm concerned about. Hopefully we'll hear from her soon. Cause she got hit pretty hard. So please keep everybody in your prayers. I heard that Andy Bashir said that there was at least 14 people that were killed because of the storms that went through. They do expect the numbers to go up as they're still doing search and rescue. And so please keep those people in your prayers tonight. And stay weather alert. I mean, that's like the big thing. Know where your safe places are at if you're going to have a tornado come through or any kind of disastrous weather. Know where your safe places are and have a plan in effect. I think that's the most important thing. I have kiddos that live in different areas, and I've checked in with 2 of them that I knew that were going to be hit. And one had a tornado actually right down the road from her. Thankfully, it passed over. It hit the city, but it never actually touched down. It was up in rotation. So I'm glad that that it didn't touch down. So that everybody made it through. We're all safe, and so everybody in my family is accounted for. Let's see here. You are 23. Yeah, they may have updated it. I haven't looked at the news since about an hour ago. And an hour ago, I read that they were expecting more. So I'm not surprised that number went up. Let me see here. Linda from Another Time had a lot of damage, but everyone and the animals are okay. Okay. I'm glad everybody's okay and the animals are okay. I didn't know. I'm not familiar with Another Time's channel. I'm gonna have to go check them out and see. Check her. That's a new channel to me, so I'm gonna have to check her out. I'm glad that she's okay because they were. It was pretty horrible last night. I mean, when I say 80-mile-an-hour winds, that's no joke. That's not something that we deal with typically. Our average when it's a gust in this area is about 50 to 60 miles an hour. So 80 miles. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Logan has a lot of family in Arkansas and Missouri and the surrounding areas. We've not heard anything from them, so we don't news. No news is good news. I'm hoping. There, like I said, there is someone else that I'm hoping she's okay, because I know that it went right through her city, and so far I haven't heard anything. So I'm just keeping my ears peeled for sure. But I did check in with my family, and my family's okay. Let's see here. Hey, I'm so glad you're here, Lori. Welcome in. And then I noticed Bloomington, Indiana also got hit pretty, like, I guess they showed a lot of tornadoes up in that area, which isn't that far from us, Bloomington. So yeah, pretty scary things. Yeah, but you got to be weather alert and all the good things. Let's see here. She's a big channel, over 100,000 people. She's in Kentucky. Ginger was just on her live the other day. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to check her out for sure. I've not heard of her. It's funny. she's if she's in Kentucky, she's pretty close to me. I need to follow her since she's a bigger channel. I follow a channel that's not too far from Miss Karma, and she's a huge channel too. She's in the millions for subscribers. If you've never heard of Garden Answer, Laura with Garden Answer, um, they are from Ontario, Oregon, and I love watching her in the garden and getting inspiration for my own garden, and not just vegetable garden. Um, they have, I think, 10 acres of land. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, but they are developing it, and they have partnerships with, or sponsorships rather, with Espoma organic fertilizer and Proven Winners, the flowers and the plants. So they're pretty big. They're like millions of subscribers. No joke, not exaggerating. They do have a Garden Answer highlights channel. They have a store, an online store, and I have gotten a few of the items from Garden Answer, and I have to say the quality is impressive. Um, I have a garden bench that's nice to use, but it's easy to tip it over. So I went ahead and I purchased, whenever she first launched them, I purchased the kneeling pad, and I'm telling you, the foam is like this big, and it's super easy on the knees. I also have one that I bought from the Big Blue box store, the hardware blue box store. It's okay. I like the one from Garden Answer a little bit better. It's easier on the knees. Of course, it's not a bench, so you literally lay it down. You're gonna, it's not going nowhere. Or you can sit on it. Highly recommend that. And then for Christmas, I asked for one of the augers that she helped design, and yeah, I got an auger for Christmas. I know that sounds weird, but I wanted an auger for Christmas. And let me tell you, as I'm getting older, I just don't feel like bending over in the garden and putting those plants down in. And I went out and planted all of my tomato starts, not from survival seeds, but just my own tomatoes that I either bought or I grew from seed. And it was nice because I went out and I just stood there, and you just barely bend over and you aug the holes. And then I just threw the tomatoes in, took my foot and kicked the dirt in. And it's going to be easy on my back. So I'm all about trying to find ways of making gardening easier, especially as we're all getting older. I'm getting older. I highly recommend the products. Anyhow, it's not sponsored. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I need to talk to Laura from Garden Answer and say, I'd like to like talk about your products and get a sponsorship. Maybe I need I told Sir Grace, I said, I need a bigger auger, like a one that does the bigger plants. So that way, when I'm putting in like arborvitaes or just different things, I don't have to take my little auger and make a bunch of little holes. I can just take one big one, and then that's real power, right? So maybe that's what I should ask for a sponsorship, so that way I can get that big auger. She's waving at everybody. I don't like the way that Restream does that, but I know which one emoji that you use, and it's big hello. So hello back to you, Lori. And then I'm so sorry you'll have to go through those tornadoes. Luckily, we don't have them. Only some bad summer storms sometimes. Yeah, it's every area has its highs and its lows. So yeah, that's just ours is the tornadoes. And then we get really hot summers, but hey, you know what really hot summers bring along for us, and really good soil? We get the best tomatoes I have ever eaten. I've lived in other states, and I've lived in other countries. And I have to say, the Hoosier area, the Kentuckiana area tomatoes, they taste good because of our soil, and that heat really makes a difference. Let's see, you're so cold. I'm listening while making hot chocolate. Are you serious? Rain for the next 10 days and in the 40s. Ouch. Yeah, we're warmed up. It's nice. I went outside. Of course, it's breezy. My hair's, it's doing its thing. um, but it's warming up. The tomatoes are loving it. And then I went out and I checked on the seeds that I started the weekend of the Kentucky Derby, because that's when we put our seeds in the ground. And I noticed that I have Kajari melons that are already popping up. They broke the soil. And I noticed the cucumbers are finally breaking out. So that's a good thing. And then the chamomile is starting to grow, which makes it nice. So yeah, it's that warmth that really helps that. See, our van, oh no, our van died on us last night. Logan has to get rides to and from work now until we can get our van fixed or find a new vehicle. I'm supposed to take 3 girls to be spayed next Saturday, but have to cancel now. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's such a bummer. Ugh, no fun, no fun. Hopefully that gets fixed or you get a new vehicle soon, because it's important to have your vehicle to get where you need to go and not have to rely on somebody, or, to get you different places. I'm so sorry to hear that, Karma. That's not fun at all. But anyhow, no, the gardens are going good. Like I said, I got everything in the ground for the survival seeds except for the tomatoes, and I just don't know where I'm going to put them. I need to figure it out because I'm already running late on getting those going, but we have enough growing season that I know that I'll at least get some fruit. Um, the idea with the Survival Seeds collab is to save the seeds, not only eat the produce, but the overall goal is to save the seeds. So I know I have enough time for those tomatoes to direct sow out in the garden and for them to grow and produce fruit. I'm not stressing just yet, but I've got to figure out where to put them. And the one thing I think I'm going to have to see about finding or getting out and putting in the ground is yellow cherry tomatoes. I realized I didn't grow any of those from seed, and I don't know what I was thinking when I started my seeds. Um, so yeah, I got to find some cherry tomato seeds because that's one of my favorites. Oh, the Preakness is today. I wonder who's going to win. Huh. Are you watching it? Because I I don't keep up with the horse races a whole lot. We're just in the Kentuckiana area. I literally live 15 minutes from Churchill Downs. Um, and I should be paying attention because I'm so close. It's so funny to say I live from the area. And the only thing I'm concerned with is when do I get my garden in the ground? And that's always on the day of the Kentucky Derby or the Run for the Roses race. And then at that point, I watch, but I didn't watch it this year, not going to lie. The other thing that was kind of an odd year, we got hit with a lot of rain. The Ohio River had overflooded the area. In fact, they had to put the locks on so that way some of the cities wouldn't get flooded out. And ultimately, they canceled Thunder over Louisville, which is the big uh, thunder or fireworks, excuse me, display. And then they also have an air show. They canceled that. That's what kicks off the festivities for the Derby. It starts 2 weeks prior. So it's really been an odd year this year. And they started the fireworks back in the 90s. I want to say, if I could guess, 92 or 93 is when they started. And they missed 1 year during the COVID shutdown. And then the following year, instead of doing fireworks, they did a drones display over the Ohio River, which was kind of cool. And since then, they've always added that drone show to the fireworks display. They always did it like before the fireworks kicked off. Um, but this year, we didn't even get that. They canceled it altogether due to the flooding that we got. Um, so we've been getting a lot of rain and still getting rain. Um, but yeah, that's about all I watch when it comes to the horse races. See, prayers for the vehicle stuff, Karma. Yes, please keep her in prayer. And I know that Karma is such a private gal, but she does have a buy me a coffee. And Karma, are you a moderator? Because if you're not, I need to take care of that. If not, if Joey, I think Joey is. Again, correct me if I'm not, because I can't tell who the moderators are on Restream. But Karma, if you are, I want you to drop your link for your page. And I want people to go over and check out Buy Me a Coffee. And if you so feel led to help support Karma, please do that. I know that any help for the kitty cats would be appreciated. And I know she would not ask anybody. So that's what friends do for friends. So please drop the link if you can. And okay, then Karma, go ahead and drop your link for your channel. You guys, if you feel like led to help out with the kitties, buy her a coffee. Okay. So let's see here. Finally came up with name ideas for China's kittens. 2 boys, 4 girls. Idaho Joe for sure. Oh, Idaho and Joe for sure. And Minnie and Pearl. I need a boy name that includes a state, country, and 3 girl names with a gem precious stone. So why not name one of the girl? Oh, need a boy name. Oh, wait, you need a girl name too with a okay, I can't give you a precious gem or stone name, but for a girl, I was thinking Indy. Um, I don't know if you've ever there's somebody, I'm trying to think of his name. He's a country singer. His wife passed of cancer, and then he remarried not too long ago. But they had a little girl, and they named her Indiana, Indyiana. And I thought that's a cool name. So that would be my girl name suggestion. But okay, so let's see here. You have Minnie and Pearl. So Minnie is one of my girls' names. A precious. How about Ruby? You could do Ruby. Let's see here. Yeah, I would do one of them's names is Ruby if it were me. A boy name. I have to think about that one. A boy name, but you want it for a state or a country. Well, you can't. I mean, I had something funny pop in my head. I'll share it with you later, but it's not a name, but it's funny. Okay. Hey, Christy, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. And then Karma dropped her link. Thank you, Karma. I know you wouldn't do that, but I needed you to because I'm live right now and I can't drop your link. Please go over and you can buy her a coffee. I know I've done it and it's helped out with the kitty cats. So if you feel led to, go right ahead and check that out. Dakota. I like that name. Now, I've heard of that as a boy name before, Dakota. Dakota is a state. That would be a good one. You don't know if you did it right or not. Somebody could check. I'd appreciate it. Minnie Pearl. Oh, Minnie Pearl is one girl's name because she wears a bracelet. Oh, well, Minnie is one of my hens. She got the name because she was the smallest chick when I got all of my chickens as chicks. And I thought she'd be the miniature one. So I named her Minnie. Well, she's not the smallest bird, I can tell you that. She's on the bigger end of it because I didn't know what kind she was when I first got my chickens. So I ordered my chickens from Meyer Hatchery. Not sponsored, but should be because that's where I buy my chickens from. I buy them directly from Meyer Hatchery. I visited them. I've seen the facility. They're in Ohio. Super clean, super friendly people, very knowledgeable. I bought from them twice and I'll buy from them again the next time I'm ready to order chicks. But as a new chicken keeper, when I got to check out, I'm thinking, okay, I want to make sure I get everything to get these chicks up and going. I was warned that some could die in the mail. So I was told to, they asked me, or friends of mine said, how many chickens do you want? And I said, well, I want 6. So they said, add 2 extras in because you'll probably lose a couple in the mail. So it turned into 8. And so I'm thinking, okay, cool. The coop is built for 8. So 8's my max, but really I just want 6. Okay. So I ordered 8. Then I'm looking at everything thinking, okay, I didn't quite understand. Again, new chicken keeper. I didn't know what I'm supposed to be feeding them. Is it chicken feed? Is it scratch? What is scratch? What's in scratch? Why do people make fermented foods? Like I didn't understand any of it until I actually got my chickens. So I was a little bit nervous. So I was doing research and I was looking at like, what does Meyer Hatchery offer to help these chicks live? Because I don't want to kill them once I get them. And so I found like this electrolyte stuff and I added that to the cart. And then there's like this gel stuff and added that to the cart. And then I'm like, well, what's Meal Maker? Meal Maker sounds like a food. Added that to the cart. Well, I get my chicks, and in 2020, on March 23rd, 2020, I get my chicks and I'm putting each one into the new little brooder. I remember watching a famous chicken keeper that I'd been following for a little bit. So I'm like studying everything. And you take their little beaks and then you tap it on the little water, because I had a poultry nipple um, feeder or water. And so I did all that and I'm counting, and there's 9 chicks, not 8. And I'm recounted again. I'm like, there's 9 chicks. I ordered 8. And for 4 weeks, I didn't know why I had 9 chicks. And I thought, well, that's okay. And so this little chick, she'd get out and get away from her flock. And then I'd hear her cheeping really loud. And so I'd go and I'd pick her up and I'd slide her back under. She was the smallest. And that was Minnie. So that's how she got the name Minnie. Well, at 4 weeks along, I went back to the website and kept trying to figure out, did they mess up? What happened? And I looked up what Meal Maker meant. And Meal Maker is a bird that they donate to people who want to help somebody in the community. It's their Pay It Forward program, essentially. So either you donate the eggs from that chicken to somebody in need, or the meat, if it's going to be a meat bird, then donate the meat to help somebody in need. Many, I only wanted layers, and I picked all females, so they did send me a female. They keep an eye on that too, because if you order a straight run, then they'll just give you a chick from the straight run group. If you order all roosters, then they'll give you a rooster. If you want a meat bird, they'll give you a meat bird. So they threw in Minnie, and I had no idea what Minnie was. I couldn't identify chicks. I still struggle with identifying chicks. Like, this is what that breed is. I'm still kind of in that newbie. I can't identify them. I'm not going to lie. So I had no idea what she was. Meyer Hatchery had given a list, and you could see what breeds that they gave out depending on the week that your order was delivered. And I can't remember all of the breeds that were on that list. Now it's been quite some time. But Minnie is a white rock hen, and so she's beautiful. She's a pure white bird, and we just love our sweet little Minnie. So anyhow, but Minnie was not small, and Minnie was my free bird. But Minnie was my most expensive too, because Minnie also suffered a brain injury, and I had to take her to a poultry veterinarian. So I spent more to take her to the poultry veterinarian than I did to buy her, because she would have probably only cost me like $3 or $4. But I took her to a poultry veterinarian, and we got her fixed and figured out, and she's made a full recovery. And that was 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago now. And so, yeah, she's doing great. Still laying eggs. Still Sir Grace's favorite bird. Anytime Sir Grace is outside mowing or just like doing something on the chicken run, she is his foreman. She is forever his faithful. She will follow him around, and she waits for him to give her treats. And it's the cutest thing, because she knows he's going to do it, or he's going to flip a stone over to find the bugs. And then she's like all up in there. You can literally, I've trained her where if you flip a stone over, you can go, Minnie, Minnie, and she'll come running over, and then you flip it and she's like right up on you. Like, I know the good stuff's there. But she's a very smart little girl. Very sweet story, or sweet bird. So I'm glad we have Minnie. Yes, it is a wonderful idea and a great way to give back to the community. And it is a nice concept. I donate eggs all the time. Um, And so it's no big deal for me. In fact, I just gave someone 2 dozen eggs yesterday. They came over and this person said, I just want a dozen, and I gave them two. So we are more than paying it forward. And when I give eggs out, it's not just Minnie's. Minnie lays a beautiful brown egg, but you get the rainbow if you come to my house and need eggs, because I have different color eggs and I love it. I love it. We even have a pink egg layer. Her Coco is her name. That's my favorite hen. If I had to pick one, it would be Coco. And yeah, she lays a really pretty egg. We had a funny incident happen today. I went out and I went out and went chick chick treats, chick chick treats, and everybody was out but Coco. And so they were all waiting and making their noises like, "Oh, mama's gonna feed us, mama's gonna feed us, we're getting our treats." And it's it's funny what they do, but that's how that they get excited. And as soon as I lift the tin lid off of the treat box, because it stays out there with them, here comes Coco. And I don't know how Coco did, how she managed this, but I think she may have just laid an egg as she was coming out of the coop. I don't think she even sat still to like lay her egg and then move. I think she laid her egg as she was running to the treats, because the next thing I know, I see Coco and I see this egg come out the little chicken door and fall on the ground and crack. And let me say, the girls got a little bit more excited about the broken egg than they did the treats that I was giving them. They love to eat eggs, and sometimes I'll throw back eggs for them, and I'll crack them if I've got too many and give them a treat, and they love it. And I don't mind doing that. I do keep fake eggs in their nest boxes, so that way they don't just want to eat eggs. So it kind of curves that down, but every now and then I don't mind giving them an egg as a treat. It's all good. Oh, one of your Pyrenees mixed dogs' names was Dakota, but I was looking for bear names. Oh, I love Dakota as a dog's name. That's a nice one. I actually really like that. Yeah, Minnie's been through quite a bit. But she's a trooper too. So her issue with the brain injury is that she was walking backwards. And I wasn't on YouTube at this time, but my mom has a channel. It's the official Anlin show. And my mom had just started tapping into a lot of the homesteader channels, which was very interesting to me because I have been urban homesteading for years. I've been gardening and all this stuff, but let's see here. So I started gardening in 2012 and then I do all the canning and preserving. Um, and chickens were new to me. So I asked my mom if I took a video, if I could put it up on the channel, and see if anybody, this is before I took her to the poultry veterinarian, but see if there was anything that, like, what is going on with this chicken. And I had a lot of pushback and was told that she should go into freezer camp. Not one homesteader said isolate her, monitor her, keep an eye on her, give her some time. Not one. Everybody and their brother put her in freezer camp, and you're crazy for keeping her. And it was a real hard pushback. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. This is my little hen, and I want to figure out what the problem is, because if I don't understand the problem, this could happen again and I won't know what to do. And freezer camp isn't always the answer. Now, I'm not against having to put down a chicken that's in distress. Please understand that there's a difference, a huge difference between, like common sense, and just trying to figure something out. So she wasn't dying, and I knew she wasn't that far, like in distress, but I knew something was wrong. And so when I took her to the poultry veterinarian, of course, I got hit again. Like, how crazy are you to find a chicken veterinarian, that you just spent a lot of money. whatever. Well, I went and I learned and I got an education, and it was basic testing. Um, and so I hope to be of encouragement to other chicken keepers and not have that, oh, put them in freezer camp mentality of, hey, let's take a pause. Let's see if we can save this bird. You put time and effort and money into this by feeding it and caring for it. Let's figure out the problem together. And I always laugh and I joke that I didn't put my husband down for his brain injury. I'm not going to put Minnie down. Um, but really, it's about trying to figure out how to take care of the animals that you got. Um, so anyhow, I don't know how I got on that kick, but it's important to I don't know, learn about your flock and learn how to help them if it possible. And of course, I have had to put a bird down too. She had congenital seizures and she wouldn't have survived. So she was put down humanely. Um, and yeah, so that has to happen sometimes. That's part of homesteading. But rushing out, not so much. But Minnie's doing fine. When she molts, she walks backwards. It's a late effect of her TBI, but otherwise, she is doing just fine. I just got a message from my big brother. Hey, big brother, I read that. I'll text you back if you're listening in. You shouldn't be listening in, but if you are, I'll text you back in a bit. Okay. Let's see here. We had an Americana that would cackle at the door to come in. Oh my gosh. She had a spot inside where she would come in and lay her egg. When she finished, she would get a treat and sit in my lap. Oh, my little Coco has followed me into the house before. And she looks up around and she's like, nice crib. Nice crib. She's a goofball. I think if I set up a nest box in the house, she probably would do the same thing. I love it. I mean, they're just like having dogs. Hey, Henry, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for popping in. Let's see here. That is cool. I think so. I think so. My daughter, when she was little, had a rabbit that got an abscess. The vet said he was going to make a parking spot with Sniffy Rabbit's name on it. That's funny. That's funny. I think my poultry veterinarian should do the same for me because I've brought in other birds before that he has seen. I've even helped out friends with taking in one of their roosters and having it seen. And he and I have really gotten to know each other, and I love my poultry veterinarian. He's a little bit of a drive for me, but he's extremely wise, and he has a flock of chickens himself. And he actually went to school and studied poultry veterinarian, and I'm so grateful for him. He's younger, so hopefully he'll stick around for a while. He's good at what he does. He also saw a friend's turkey, their pet turkey that they had. This turkey came to them disabled, and the grandbabies loved the turkey, so the turkey got to live its life out on its farm. But it did go to our veterinarian, and yeah, he's very good. He helped her out, and she lived another year, which is pretty cool. Hey, Ginger, I'm so glad you're here. I was thinking about you. Hopefully, you're doing good and had a wonderful day. I don't know. Every time I go to Starbucks now, I think of you, girl. And I was near a Starbucks today, and I'm like, I wonder how Ginger's doing today. I don't know. I just think about you. Maybe because of the cup that you gave me, I think. I love that. It's my favorite water cup. It's not what I'm using right now, but it's my favorite water cup. It's got to get washed because I've used it. And so after I get done here, I got to wash it and get it ready for tomorrow. I have a different one. It's not quite as cool as my Ginger cup, but it's this one. Great for the gym too. But I think of you every time I go to Starbucks. So I hope you're having a good day. Hopefully the weather wasn't bad through your area last night. I know that it was pretty bad for us, but we are doing just fine. Yeah. And the new chicken run, I went live from it. I don't know if you caught it, but if you want to see what the chicken run looks like, it's done. It's so nice to be able to go in there and not hit my head. I'm just saying. And I'm not that tall, y'all. I'm pretty short. I'm the shortest in my family. And I was hit in my head, and I'm the one that suffered from 2 concussions. I have a kiddo that is 6'3", 6'4", right in there. And he never hit his head, maybe because he's used to ducking, um, but never hit his head, thankfully. But now he did come over and he helped us tear down the little run, and he did get hurt, but not by his head. He cut his hand open from the chicken wire, and my husband came in and he said, "Oh, our son got cut up," and I'm like, "Oh, mommy's gonna take care of it." And my husband started laughing, and he's like, "Oh, the Lord, here she goes." And I have grandbabies. So I have Bluey Band-Aids. So for those who know who Bluey is, it's an Australian cartoon. And so I bought Bluey for my little one. So I grabbed the antibacterial cream and the Bluey stick or Band-Aids, and I ran out. I'm like, "Mommy's here to save you." And he just looks at me and he laughs, and he's like, "Okay, mom," and I'm like, "Do I need to kiss it and make it better?" It's kind of pretty funny when your son is all grown up and you're acting like that. And he laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. But I'm just saying, he was a godsend, helping us get that little run torn down and made it official. And then he learned something new. He found where our mouse problem was coming from. He found a mouse nest and some babies had just been laid. And I looked up at him and looked up at Sir Grace, and I'm like, "Well, if they stay here, they're going to be a chicken delicacy, because the girls will eat them." And the look on his face, it was funny. He went, "Huh?" And then he just looked at me, and Sir Grace said, "Yeah, yeah, the chickens will eat them whole." And he looked at me and he went, "Mom, is that true?" And I went, "Oh yeah, chickens are carnivores." I've seen them eat mice, and it is like an all out fight with all of the chickens realizing there's a mouse in the another hen's mouth, and then they all fight to get it because they all want it. They've done that with the mice, and they've done that with the voles. So they were moved, but I don't think that they lived. I think a hawk got them. It's just the way nature is. But it was pretty funny watching my son, and just his face. And he's like, "Is that true?" And I'm like, "Yeah, chickens are carnivores. So you learn something new every day." But he said it would be interesting to see it in action. So we should have just left them. I mean, let the girls go for it. Would have been a delicacy and a fight for them. But, that's the way life goes. But anyhow, no, we really, that chicken run has made things so much easier. I have some planters that I want to put on to put plants hanging off, so that way the girls can have herbs growing like lavender and some mint as well to help with predators and also to keep them calm. So I need to get that up and get it going. So yeah, but I do have a raised bed close to them as well, so I can just like toss over things. But I like to add more. I'm thinking about putting a in-ground bed on top of the hardware cloth for the predators, and just like build like an herbal garden, like a proper one in the ground in front of the chicken run. I'm considering it. It might be something that I work on very slowly, maybe have it ready to go for next year, so that way I can get some compost going and all the good stuff to get it set up. But yeah, it'll be super, super nice once it's all said and done. And then um, I don't know, the chickens will appreciate it. I also take lavender and I'll hang it upside down, dry it out, and then I put it in the chicken run when I know my chickens are stressed. And it helps to calm them down. So herbs are really good for that. And then also nesting box herbs. I love to do that for the girls. And in fact, my roses are all in bloom, and some of them are starting to lose the petals. I need to get out there and grab those rose petals and get them in the freezer, because I'll freeze dry them and put them into their nest box herb mix. And they like to eat that and all the good stuff. But anyhow, Well, you guys, tonight, Jesse and Lisa are going to be going live at um, 6 p.m. So I want to give everybody enough time to go get a drink, maybe grab something to eat for dinner, and go on over and check them out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. And we will see you on Tuesday for Talk About It Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Mountain. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.